और लग के कर दिखाने में, मान लेने में कि जिंदगी ऐसे ही कटेगी, और सुबह 4 बजे उठ के सोचने में ये अभी तो बस शुरुआत है। किसी मैगजीन को हाथ में लेने में और उसी मैगजीन के कवर पेज पे होने में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वीआईपी सीट में और उसकी पिछली सीट में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वो जिसका मैदान ही खुला आसमान है, वही कल जमीन पर तो था। पूछोगे तो बताएगा वो पंछी, ये एक दायरे में सिमटने में और पूरी दुनिया को दायरा बनाने में बस इतना सा फर्क है। इतना कितना है? इतना है या इतना है? जो नापेगा वो जाने कि जहां धरती और आसमान मिलते हैं, नानकुर से दूर, अगर मगर शायद से दूर, वहां भी दोनों में फर्क बस इतना सा है। धरती और 7वें आसमान में फर्क बस इतना सा है। ये एक अंतर प्रेरणा है। ये हमारी, आपकी, हम सब की अंतर प्रेरणा है। एक कदम, एक छलांग, एक बाजी, एक गहरी सांस और एक ललकार खुली हवाओं में कि हाँ मैं बना हूं उन फिजाओं के लिए, कि हाँ मैं बना हूं उन ऊंचाइयों के लिए जो ऊंची तो बहुत है पर नामुमकिन भी नहीं, क्योंकि मुमकिन और नामुमकिन में बस इतना सा फर्क है। धूप छांव में फर्क बस इतना सा। तो बस चलिए फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया के साथ ये फर्क मिटा देते हैं। फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया।
Good afternoon, friends. A very warm welcome to our Business Opportunity Over Chai. And this special edition Business Opportunity Over Chai will help you to understand the greatest business opportunity that we Franchise India specially brings for you. Business Opportunity Over Chai presented by management team of Franchise India, Mr. Gaurav Maria, Chairman at Franchise India Group, and Ms. Sonia Chaudhary, MD at Franchise India Brands Limited. Every day, 12 o'clock, we launch a new brand to explore new business opportunities. So today we have invited a great brand called Outbloom Clinics. Outbloom Clinics comes from the origin of Rajasthan. Outbloom Clinics headquartered in Jaipur, India. It's equipped with cutting-edge medical technology and managed by hair transplant and skin specialist Dr. Aklish Jain. Outbloom Clinics has been a leading hair restoration center since 2009. To know more about this business opportunity, we have invited Dr. Akhilesh Ji. He's a director of this organization, and Mr. Sandeep Ji. He takes care of entire operations of Outbloom Clinics. But before I would invite both of them on the screen, I would like to hand over the stage to Mr. Saras Gupta, Head of Leading and Development Department of Franchise India.
Thank you, Ashika. Thank you for setting up the prospect, and a big thank you to all of us who are watching us live. And this special series, as Harshika mentioned, is hosted and organized by Franchise India team. So Franchise India team has been specializing in letting people understand the business opportunity and start their own business with absolutely a great prospect. We have been helping people like you since past 25 years, where we follow very simple methodology of picking up the right business. Normally, we see that people start their own businesses with the influence of their friends and families and probably become a fool. So we have categorized it as friends, family, and fools. But this is not what Franchise India wants, because when you're starting your own entrepreneur journey, of course, you want big revenue and, of course, a business that could be longevity. A lot of process required, a lot of brainstorming required when you actually start your own business. And this is where Franchise India would help you pick the right business opportunity. So, friends, this is one way webinar that we're doing, and that doesn't mean you'll not be allowed to ask questions. Please use the Q&A box, which is just down below. Post your questions, and we will pick up all your questions in the end after the formal presentation. Also, I would like to give a warm welcome and extend it to all the people who are watching us live on Facebook and YouTube. So friends, let's start this great business opportunity, and next 45 minutes, we would explain you why and how this business can really give you a great reputation and a good earning. So the brand that we've invited today is Outbloom, Outbloom Clinics. And whenever we want to really start a business, we always say you pick up a business which actually has to be a problem solver. You really would see a lot of brands of the same industry in the market which are outreaching. But again, what is the USP they are offering? What is the ROI they are offering? How much complexity is in the business is absolutely going to help you pick up and make a right decision. So with that, we have a great brand headquartered in Jaipur, the Pink City, and it's a brand which is absolutely for hair transplant and skin specialist. I think I'm the right person to understand this brand very well and the opportunity, the problem that people would face because of hair. Because in the coming time, people are really paying a lot of attention on the looks, especially the corporate world and the upcoming market emergent, where people really want to look good, and they now have started spending a lot of time in understanding and probably doing their makeups and making their own look. A brand which has a legacy of 13 years, a brand which has more than 75,000 happy customers, I would rather say, a brand which has done more than 20,000 plus procedures, a business that can really give you a return within 24 to 28 months is what we're going to talk about. With that, I would like to invite Mr. Akhilesh. Dr. Akhilesh Jain is a doctor by profession, and he is heading this brand as a director. And probably we were just in a panic that he's not joining on time, but I came to know he was already doing a surgery. And that's, friend, what we call a conviction. A brand should be given to you. You should absolutely go into a business where the owner, the director himself knows about the brand, knows about the procedure. He has dirtied his hand. इस case में अगर आप लेके चलते हैं business को, you will absolutely not face any failures. So we have Dr. Akhilesh Jain and Mr. Sandeep. Mr. Sandeep is heading all the operations of this brand. So अगर आप franchise open करते हैं, of course, you will need a lot of operational parts. And today, Mr. Sandeep has also taken out his time to make us understand and how we can support. With that, Dr. Akhilesh, all the spotlights are on you now. Over to you for a formal presentation. Thank you, sir.
Yes, thanks for the nice introduction. Nice to be in all these corporate people. We are a brand which is into this field for last 13 years. And I am the managing director and clinical director of this clinic, Outbloom Clinics. Presently, we are headquartered in Jaipur, and now we plan to expand our operations throughout India. And in the next step, we would definitely like to go abroad also. But to begin with, all the major cities in India and Rajasthan also. So as you already told, we specialize in hair transplant and aesthetic dermatology. When we began our practice in 2010, we were the only one, we were the pioneers in the field of hair transplant. Nobody was doing it. And in 2013, we introduced FUE technique of hair transplant in Rajasthan. And this special technique, this FUE technique, is the scarless technique of hair transplant, which has made hair transplant so popular. It has become almost bread and butter of every plastic surgeon or hair transplant surgeon or dermatologist in India and abroad. And as to say the market, almost 7 lakhs hair transplant surgeries are conducted globally in a year. And to your surprise, almost half of them are conducted only in India. So India is one of the major leaders in hair transplant now, both because of cost and because of quality. We get to share half of this hair transplant load of the world. And as we begin our journey with hair transplant, gradually we also accommodated aesthetic dermatology field in our expertise. So we also have a full-fledged center which is almost all the leading cutting edge laser machines. Uh, Maybe laser hair reduction, you can say, acne scar reduction, stretch marks removal, body contouring, facelift. We do scar revision surgeries and Botox, fillers, and all sort of latest anti-aging treatments. And as you rightly mentioned, gradually of late, maybe, and especially post-COVID, people are more concerned about their looks. Uh, Zoom also contributes to that. So we have to face online meetings, we have to face clients, and somewhere or other, your looks definitely help in that initial icebreaker, or what you can say, initial confidence building of that patient. And since people are having a good spare income to spend, and these surgeries are not very costly, so the affordability has increased, and over time people have known that all these procedures are safe, effective, provided they are done by right person at the right center. So they are it's more easy to counsel them and convert them. So presently, as you mentioned, that till now we have more than 75,000 patients of both combined together: clinical dermatology, aesthetic dermatology, and hair transplant. We had our one more center of hair transplant in South Africa, in Durban, which we are not operating now. We did that till 2013-14, but because I got more busy here in my practice, so we stopped conducting that. So our aim is to establish Outbloom clinics as a leading hair transplant and aesthetic dermatology center of India. And but with that, we just don't want to increase our revenue or the franchisee owner's revenue. We want to make it as a aesthetic clinic which is operated by ethical dermatologists. So there are many players in this field who are not actually dermatologists but doing all these treatments. They are not only illegal, but they are sort of risk to the patient. If something goes wrong, it undermines the procedure, the entire fraternity, and everything. So we want to associate with people who are into ethical dermatology treatment. So if, say, a business person wants to own Outbloom Clinics franchise, so we would prefer that he has to hire a dermatologist who will definitely get trained under us for a couple of months. All the staff would get trained under us for a couple of months. All the machinery, equipment, we will advise them from where to buy, how to operate them, how to handle them, how to get them serviced routinely. So that, and we have a standard operative protocol for each treatment, each procedure, which remains as a standard in entire clinic and all over the franchises. So if, say, a patient comes for a certain indication to me in Jaipur, he will get the same treatment if he visits the same clinic in Bangalore or Delhi or anywhere. So we'll maintain the standard operative protocols, and we will take care of everything. As you said that I got late because of surgery. Till now, I don't leave surgeries to my assistants. I do operate daily, but definitely in franchisees, I won't be operating. But all the people who will be operating would be trained under me, and they should be as good or even more. I'll request Hashika to play the video if possible.
Sure, Akhilesh.
Thank you, doctor, for setting the prospect, and that's what we look at the convictions. Let's see a small video of your. Thank you, Ashika. And now we can start with the formal presentation. And till the time the presentation is coming up, Dr. Jain, we would also like to know the meaning of Outbloom. Why Outbloom? What is the story behind Outbloom?
Okay, so it has a very interesting story. If you can see the logo, it has two hair follicles coming out of that bald scalp. Okay, so since I wanted the name to be Bloom Clinics, but it was already registered, so I modified it at Outbloom, and it has depicted that hair are growing out of scalp. So it is supposed to indicate that anybody who doesn't have hair will get hair if he visits us. So that is
Dr. Jain,
the whole story behind Outbloom.
sorry to interrupt, but we are losing you in between. Why don't you switch off your camera to save some bandwidth, and then you can now come on the presentation. We heard the story, Rava. Thank you. You can go ahead now.
Okay, should I continue with the presentation?
Yes, sir, you can, but switch off the camera. It will
Okay, I'll
save
do it.
some bandwidth. Yes, sir, you can talk.
Okay. So, hi everyone. So, as I initially told, the Outbloom Clinics is headquartered in Jaipur in India, and it's equipped with a cutting-edge medical technology and maintained by me. I am a qualified dermatologist, postgraduate from Premier Institute of India, Postgraduate Institute of Medical Education and Research, Chandigarh. It has been the leading hair restoration center since 2009, and we can easily boast of high quality hair transplant surgeries at a center. We maintain all the international standards of surgery, and we have been leading in all the breakthrough procedures in the field of hair transplant. We have developed expertise in FUE, which is follicular unit extraction. This is the technique of hair transplant where you don't get any scar, and it's minimally painful, minimally invasive. The patient can go out on the same day of surgery. The overall patient experience is very good with this technique as compared to the older technique, which was more invasive and more surgical, and it used to give a scar at the back of scalp of the patient. We have a fully trained, supportive, and friendly staff, and the latest medical know-how to help the patients. We always make sure that we keep up with the latest trends, with the latest techniques. We follow all the necessary safety protocols, including during the COVID-19. We followed all the precautionary measures, and we didn't shut down our clinic. We still worked throughout the COVID era. The center is very popular amongst foreign national and celebrity patients as well. We have a lot of Bollywood celebrities coming to us for their different treatments. Next slide, please. Next. So we are the most trusted clinic in Rajasthan. We have strong ethical values. We have world-class skin and hair treatments with all the clinical expertise. We have a robust presence with a state-of-the-art clinic in Jaipur, and we have best team of certified dermatologists and trichologists. All the equipments which we use are USFDA approved. It has a slight client-centric holistic cosmetology and dermatology and hair transplant treatment center. And we provide personalized treatment, and we make sure that all of everybody from any socioeconomic strata can afford our treatment. Next. This is about me, and I won the silver medal in Dermaquiz in 2010. I was awarded the bronze medal for MD Dermatology while I post-graduated from PGI Chandigarh, and I am a graduate from SMS Medical College, Jaipur. Next. Till now, we have a database of more than 75,000 happy patients. We have conducted more than 20,000 procedures. We have a panel of, presently we have a panel of more than 5 expert dermatologists, and we have over 13 years of clinical experience. Next. So this is just an overview to tell all of the dermatology treatments which we offer. This is not all inclusive, but these are the major procedures which are which make most of the revenue. So all the leading procedures like laser hair reduction, laser tattoo reduction, acne scar treatment, microneedling, Botox, fillers. We also do which is now very much famous, is permanent makeup, eyebrow blading, permanent lip tinting. Uh, Apart from hair transplant, all these procedures which are actually helping the patients, we do everything under one roof. Next. So if you look at the market cap, only laser hair reduction has a market of 900 crore Indian rupees. When it comes to glow or pigmentation treatment, it's almost the same, 910 crore rupees. Hair transplant market in India is around somewhere around 1400 crore rupees. So this market is continuously growing at a rate of around 20% each year, and we target we expect that this market will cross somewhere around 15,000 crore Indian rupees by 2024. Next. Okay, so this is our expertise and our ethics. So we target that we should have a fair, competitive price and ethical treatment at Outbloom clinics. We do not overcharge, or we do not stint on the quality. We do not tend to get into the price war. Uh, all our treatments are customized according to the need of the patient, according to what they can afford and what best can be done to them. We own expertise in FUE, which is follicular unit extraction, which is the most advanced and painless technique for hair extraction and transplantation. The maximum work in Outbloom clinics of hairline designing and extraction is done by specialized dermatologists, unlike other centers where patients are left at the mercies of technicians who don't have any scientific knowledge about the procedure. We do expertise in transplanting body hair also, so in which we use hair from the beard area, chest area, and other body parts apart from scalp to extract maximum number of follicles. And in this way, we can cover a larger area of scalp in one session. Most other clinics do not do this. They turn away patients with severe advanced grade of hair loss. So we can combine scalp hair, beard hair, body hair, and give those patients a ray of hope. They can get decent results with this procedure. We have given great results with advanced rate of alopecia and limited donor hair. Also, in present era where there are too many black market or unethical clinics, we get lots of patients who have undergone surgery at other places and ruined their results, ruined their looks. So we also specialize in restoring their looks, correcting the surgery, and giving them a much better look after we operate on them. We also do reconstruction of eyebrows, mustaches, and beards. And beard is very much in now. So the number of hair transplant which we do for scalp is almost equal to the number of beard hair transplant which we are doing right now. And many young males and females have taken advantage of our expertise for eyebrow and beard restoration. And hair transplant, if we think widely, it's not limited to males only. Females also get hair transplant done for two reasons. One is to get a more natural looking hairline, and to increase the volume or the density of hair. We also have a laser assisted hairline design. We expertise in no touch implanted technique, which gives better results. We tend to do extensive mega sessions to give maximum coverage in one session. And now we have almost achieved 100% regrowth of hair which we implant. This is just for hair transplant. Next. Okay, so this is what we plan to do. So the format will be franchisee owned, franchisee operated. The minimum area requirement for the franchisee would be somewhere around 1,500 to 2,000 square feet area. Investment range, if we build a full-fledged clinic with all the devices, all the machine, it would be somewhere around 1.4 to 1.5 CR. Franchisee fees would be 20 lakh rupees. Monthly royalty would be 20%. We expect average ROI of more than 57% and payback period of 24 to 28 months. And the agreement period would be of 5 years. Next. Okay, so this is a distribution of geographical and population area of Rajasthan only. So if you can see the major 5 cities which have a higher geographical area and population in Rajasthan, apart from Jaipur, are Jodhpur, Udaipur, Kota. So we would like our presence to be in the major cities, which are more highly populated, which have uh, more paying capacity. I would say this is just for Rajasthan, and other such cities anywhere in India would be a great asset to us if we can start our franchisees in other parts of India as well. Next. Okay, so who can be our franchisee owners? So all the medical experts, not only dermatologists, any medical expert who have aspiration to run their own practice of dermatology can partner with us. All the existing dermatology clinics who want to add these facilities to their clinics, who want to advance and grow their practice in aesthetic dermatology and hair transplant, can associate with us. All the entrepreneurs who are keen to join this high growing industry, and all high net worth individuals and financially stable investors, we would be looking forward to associate with them. Next. Okay, so we are committed to offer a well-defined support to all our franchisee partners and at all levels. So the brand would help in location approval and to build out assistance, how to design and how the clinic layout and interior designing, where to source the equipment, how to train the staff and doctor, all the supply of pharmacy products. We will also provide the software for consultation and online marketing and other softwares. We would be giving our website and social media management contacts to them, which they can use, or they are free to use their own marketing agencies. But definitely they can use our portals for their marketing, like our website, social media pages, and we would provide periodic workshops and training to them. Next. These are few testimonials of our happy patients who have undergone procedures at our clinic. And these are just quite a few amongst lots and lots of other thousands of other happy patients. Thank you. That would be all from my side.
Thank you so much, Dr. Akhilesh, for presenting this opportunity to all our investors. And we'll take some questions from the audience, and we'd like to go a little deeper on how the entire business model operates, Dr. Akhilesh. And friends, I'll request all of you, any questions that you want to understand on the business model, your profiling, you can put that in the Q&A box and we'll take it up on your behalf. And I see some questions which have come in. We'll take all these questions live. So friends, when you put your questions, if you can also mention your profile, while not necessarily you have to be from the health or a derma background, but even if you are outside, you can share details and mention your city so that we can take it up. And also quickly on the opportunity, if you look at this industry overall, this is a category which is becoming very, very big in the country. Cosmetic surgery, derma, they are large and they are fast growing categories as we speak. And derma especially is the new king, when we talk about the pharma healthcare sector at large. And people are undertaking these treatments to extend their physical experience, appearance. And there's a very, very big demand, so to say. Overall, from the opportunity point of view, from the demand point of view, I would say aesthetic market is very, very big. And India happens to be amongst the top 5 markets in the world when it comes to number of surgeries which are performed in the country. And it is also becoming a global hub for hair, skin, and other cosmetic procedures. And there are various reasons to it. There's a reduced cost of medical care, availability of high quality surgical facilities which are available in the country, which is conducted by the experts. And second, this business is very high on margins. One cannot go wrong in unit economics of this business. This is very high margin business if one understands the unit economics of all the services and the offering by the center. And also what is very important, which I also heard Dr. Akhilesh talk about, is there are a lot of companies, centers which are also doing unethical business. So reputation becomes a very important, point in this business. You do not want to take surgeries if somebody is giving you cheap. This is a very big, a reference a business, and a business which is based on trust. So service of the company, the brand, the doctors in this business is extremely important for a patient or a client to refer to others. And I think that is what Dr. Jain has done in the last 13 years of their clinical experience. And his own credentials add a lot of weight to the opportunity at large, wherein they have nearly 75 odd patients which they have at their center they're serving to. So on the overall opportunity, Dr. Saab will take some questions on the unit economics. So overall, this is a area requirement of 2,000 square feet with an investment to the tune of 1.4 odd crores, where the equipment, friends, in this industry is extremely critical. And I would say they are the foundation, very, very important to have the right equipment. A cheap equipment ruins the reputation and the business altogether. So we'll understand how this 1.4 is staggered and put against maybe your capex and the equipment and the franchise fees. So Dr. Saab, would you want to give a breakup of this 1.4 crores of investment that goes in setting up an outlet?
Amongst this, see, this is 1.4 to 1.5 CR is if we add all the machines in one go. So if I give a breakup, I would say half of this amount, or I will say 70% of this amount is only for devices. So,
okay. So which means approximately आपका 95 lakhs का तो equipment का आपका cost है.
अगर हम सारी चीजें एक साथ लेते हैं तो all the devices. So like, see, what I did when in my initial days, I could not spend that much amount. So we can go ahead with one machine or two machine according to the clientage of that area. So if I say
business increase hota hai, then you can add more machines and optimize.
Then you can buy.
Okay.
And if we target hair transplant more, so hair transplant doesn't require too many devices. The entire expense of hair transplant is not more than 1.5 lakhs, which you can get in one surgery only. Okay.
All right.
So what I did was that I initially did more hair transplants. With that revenue, I bought machines and then built my practice. So depends on the franchisee owner. But if I say for the machine, so it will be somewhere, laser hair reduction, a good device would cost somewhere around 25 lakhs. A good Q-switch laser, which is for pigmentation, will again cost somewhere around 25 lakhs.
Okay.
And fractional CO2 laser for scars will cost somewhere around 15 lakhs. And one body tightening device, which is called the HIFU, high intensity focused ultrasound, will cost somewhere around 10 lakhs. So this entire would come somewhere around 80 to 90 lakhs. So this will, and we can add 2 or 3 lakhs for other consumables also. Like peels and all, they are not very costly. They are very cheap. Like one vial of peel will cost around 4,000 rupees, from which you can treat almost 60 patients. And from that 4,000, from that bottle of 4,000, you can make at least 60,000, at least. Okay. So those things are less costly. People are more aware of those procedures. So
Correct.
it's very easy to counsel them. So in case somebody doesn't have that much budget, they can go step by step. Other costs are the setup costs, the overheads like the building if it's rented. Other running cost is the doctor which you will hire, the staff which will require. So in that also, in the staffing also, the maximum 90% salary is for doctor only. Others are very much less paid. And to begin with, you just need a doctor, a receptionist, a pharmacist, and a counselor. Just 4 people.
And the fourth one you said, Dr. Sir?
Counselor.
Counselor, okay.
Because the person doctor will be telling the treatment. The counselor will explain the treatment and do the treatment, because doctor would be busy in consulting with patients. So if they are free, they can do it. Most of the beauty of this thing is most of the procedures can be done under supervision. You don't need to do it yourself. As far as surgery is concerned, hair transplant is concerned, 60% job is of the doctor, 40% is of the assistant. But when it comes to laser treatments, 90% job is of the assistant, 10% is of the doctor.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure. And Dr. Saab, इसमें दूसरे जो operating expenses हैं, if you want to give an example, per typical cost of these surgeries, और एक outlet को अगर हमने या center को हमने break even पे लेके आना है, what would be the combination of services one should offer? Because you said, because this is absolutely a very high margin business. So हमारा cost क्या पड़ता है? Overall उसमें क्या margin हम निकाल सकते हैं? कोई भी अगर हम example के through explain कर सकें अपने सारे audience को.
Yes. So जैसे मैंने hair transplant में बताया आपको, तो when it comes to hair transplant, the costing, the usual charges of hair transplant vary from city to city, and it is charged per graft, how many hair you are transplanting, or you can make a package that we charge lump sum. So what I charge presently is 30 rupees per graft plus GST. Let me tell you, all these procedures come under GST. These are not GST free. Except consultation, everything is GST. Okay. So we charge 30 rupees plus GST, and usually we have patient who require 3,000 to 5,000 grafts. So average cost of surgery, you can say 90,000 to 1 lakh. In each surgery, entire cost of consumables and what we need to pay to the technician, if we club all of that, it comes somewhere around 20 to 25,000, not more than that. Okay, including the technician fee, the consumable, everything. Okay, so this is for hair transplant. When it comes to other procedures, so I'll explain a few more.
This is almost about 80% margin आपका इसमें निकल जाता है. Hair would be approximately 80% gross margins.
Easily, very easily. Okay. Very easy. If we come to another procedure with chemical peeling, so peeling, the cost of peeling in per patient is just 100 rupees, and average charges are 3,000 to 5,000 per session, depending on the city, depending on the clients you have. And there are some peels in which the costing is 500, but the charges for that same peel is 10,000 per session. So again, you can say almost 10 times we charge. Okay. So peel is a very good procedure. No initial investment. मुश्किल से 15 मिनट लगते हैं उसको करने में, which is very good, very safe, very effective, and high revenue generating. Okay. So, and there is another procedure which is called radio frequency and electrocautery. So that device comes in 18 to 20,000 rupees. And we use it for removing moles, skin tags, skin overgrowths, minor surgeries. So each of these procedures, even if I charge minimum, if I remove one skin tag, the charges would be 3,000 of one skin tag, which requires somewhere around 5 minutes. So this machine would get free in maybe 6 or 7 procedures, then you can generate revenue. The only machines which have high initial input is the laser device. So all the laser, as I told you, is somewhere around 25 lakhs. 25 lakhs. And yeah, and the the charges depend on the procedure. Like if we do laser hair removal for full face, we charge 5,000 rupees for each session, and each patient needs to take at least 8 sessions.
So what 40,000 का ये पैकेज बन जाता है, 40-50,000 का
पैकेज। हालांकि जो हमारी कॉस्टिंग आएगी, each machine has a limited number of shots, so we can calculate the cost also. तो अगर एक सेशन में हमें कितने शॉट्स लगते हैं, उस हिसाब से हम मशीन की प्राइस को डिवाइड करेंगे, तो this margin would be somewhere around 75%. Okay, but definitely to generate that 25 lakhs, we need time. But
Correct.
Each procedure charges and cost, so we'll save at least 75% in each procedure. Any laser if you say.
Absolutely.
Okay, and I'll come to other things which are very much in today. There are two things which are very much in trend. One is Botox, one is fillers. So
Correct.
These are injectable. So Botox, the cost of Botox, one vial of Botox is 7,500. And what are the usual charges? Depending on cities, it varies from 20 to 35,000. So again, the same margin. Filler, each filler vial cost somewhere around 15,000, and we charge 30,000 for each vial.
All right.
Okay. So these are high volume building, and you can see laser you have to buy in one go, but you can order just one box of filler and one box of Botox at your clinic. When you consume, then you can buy another one.
Correct.
So they generate the revenue immediately.
Correct.
Okay. Any more clarifications you want?
No, I think that is good enough, Dr. Saab. And just to give an example, अगर एक center को services offer करनी है, on an average, what ideally is a combination of services and a typical revenue क्या निकल के आता है? And I'm sure you've been doing for some time. It takes time for this practice and word of mouth to spread. But if you look at maybe the initial 3 months and then the subsequent 3 months, and finally, by the time we come to optimum level, say 9 months, 12 months, तो एक उस लेवल पे आते आते शुरू का जो हमारा लेवल है, तो उसमें रेवेन्यू क्या एक्सपेक्टेशन रहती है हमारे एक सेंटर से?
तो देखिए, एक अगर हम एक एवरेज आइडिया लें, तो हमारी पर मंथ जो कॉस्ट आएगी जगह के रेंट और सैलरी की, तो वो लगभग आप मानिए अप्रोक्स, जैसे एक डॉक्टर को आप एट ऑलमोस्ट 1 लाख तो होगा ही होगा उसका चार्जेस, जो उसको आप सैलरी पे करेंगे। अदर स्टाफ का सबका मिला के ऑलमोस्ट 50,000 तक होगा। तो 1.5 ये मान लीजिए, 50,000 आप रेंट मान लीजिए, और 50,000 और ऐड कर लीजिए बिजली और जो भी चीजें आप कुछ भी मान लीजिए, और जो एम्पैनलमेंट्स और ये सब करके, तो 2.5 लाख अप्रोक्स हमारा मंथली कॉस्ट तो आएगा ही आएगा।
ओके,
ये तो है ही है ना। अब अगर हम इसको इस तरह से कैलकुलेट करें, देखिए आप डे 1 में क्लिनिक ओपन करेंगे तो जरूरी नहीं है पेशेंट पहले दिन से आने लगे, इट टेक्स टाइम, but we expect if we do proper marketing and this clinic is at a proper center and if you have a good doctor, तो 3 मतलब आपके पास 1 महीने के बाद से ऑलमोस्ट 5 पेशेंट्स एक दिन में आने चाहिए। ठीक है, तो डिपेंडिंग ऑन सिटी उसका कंसल्टेशन फीस अलग अलग होता है। जैसे माई फीस इज 600 रुपीज पर कंसल्टेशन, दिस इज द हाईएस्ट इन जयपुर, बट इफ आई वुड हैव बीन गुड़गांव, that the same would be 2,000. If I would have been in Mumbai, it would have been 2,000. अगर मैं बैंगलोर में होता तो 1,500 होती। तो सब जगह की फीस अलग है। तो अगर हम रोज के 5 पेशेंट्स देखते हैं, तो अगर एवरेज आप माने 1,000 रुपीज है, तो 5,000 पर डे, विच मेक्स 1.5 lakhs। इन में से अगर आप रोज के सिर्फ 2 भी प्रोसीजर्स निकालते हैं, और एवरेज उस प्रोसीजर के चार्जेस हम 3,000 बिल्कुल कम रख के चलते हैं, 3,000,
हाँ जी,
तो 6,000 पर डे, विच मेक्स 6,000 into 30 is 180।
एंड इसमें हम बड़ी सर्जरीज की बात नहीं कर रहे, वी टॉकिंग अबाउट लेजर,
नहीं, बिल्कुल माइनर नहीं, मैं तो पीलिंग और स्किन टैग की बात कर रहा हूँ जिसमें आपने एक्सपेंस ही नहीं लगाया। आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट लेजर, दिस इज आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट रेडियो फ्रीक्वेंसी एंड पीलिंग। ओके, you can do in any patient. Any patient who comes to your clinic is a candidate of peeling. Correct. Be it acne, be it glow, anything. Okay. So definitely अगर आप 5 को बताओगे तो 5 नहीं कराएंगे, मगर 5 को बताओगे तो 2 करा लेंगे, है ना? Correct. तो अगर हम बिल्कुल मिनिमम बेसिक से चले तो भी ब्रेक इवन तो आपका आ जाता है, अगर आपको 5 पेशेंट भी रोज के आ जाते हैं तो। इसमें मैंने फार्मेसी की इनकम नहीं गिनी है।
करेक्ट।
मेडिसिन आर इक्वली रेवेन्यू जनरेटिंग एज योर प्रोसीजर,
वो
इवन मोर
कॉन्टिन्यूसली
रेवेन्यू।
लेते रहते हैं। इनकी भी सप्लाई डॉक्टर साहब आपकी तरफ से ही आती है? यू सप्लाई ऑल दीज?
No, we will tell the pharmacies. We have a plan. We are already in producing our own brand, but it will take time. अभी हम लोग जहाँ से सोर्स करते हैं जो जो फार्मा की जो अच्छी ब्रांड्स हैं, तो और क्योंकि वो हमें वी हैव अ गुड नेम, सो जो सेम दवाई बाहर की फार्मेसी में 18% मार्जिन में आती है, वो हमारी फार्मेसी में 50% मार्जिन में आती है।
ओके।
सो सिंस इट विल बी आर एक्सटेंडेड क्लिनिक, सो they will get the same scheme at that center. ओके अगर वो डायरेक्टली डील करते हैं तो उनको भी 18% मिलेगा, बट वो हमें बोलते हैं कि आप हमारे पास ये अवेलेबल करा दो, तो वहां भी 50% हो जाता है। एंड ईच प्रेस्क्रिप्शन ऑफ डर्मेटोलॉजी फॉर अ मंथ इज एटलीस्ट 5,000 एटलीस्ट। तो 5 into 5 25,000 and 50% is again your margin. So each day 12,500 is again added, which I'm not adding right now. So it's not very difficult to get to break even.
Hanji.
Once you have a good name, so I'll expect that after 3 months in next quarter, that 5 patients a day would reach to 10 patients a day.
Correct.
So accordingly, the revenue will double. And if you extend this calculation, your initial cost payback would come somewhere in 1.5 to 2 years. This is with basic minimum investment.
Investment okay. Also and equipment so, also. And friends, one thing which was important to note, your returns would be proportionate to the investment that you put in the equipment, right? Exactly. So even if you put the minimalistic investment in the equipment, one can easily have about 3.5-4 lakhs of a revenue between consulting and your charges for service.
And minor procedures, yes. Correct. That is without lasers and without hair transplant.
Helpful. And Dr. Saab, quickly, मैं एक दो questions लूँगी, friends. There's a question which I see from Divya Raj Singh ji. He says MBBS doctors can also see patients and do laser treatment as per Government of India Health Department. Please enlighten us on this topic.
MBBS doctor can even do cardiac surgery and neurosurgery as per Government of India. But in case something goes wrong and it is a legal issue, then you have to, the guidelines are you have to compare the skill of a neurosurgeon and the MBBS doctor.
Correct.
So MBBS doctor is not considered as skillful as a neurosurgeon. He is liable, he is entitled to do, but he is not as skilled as a neurosurgeon. So if there's something goes wrong, then the negligency would be considered. Same is with the skin. So MBBS is not as expert in doing this treatment as a dermatologist. So that's why, see, you to operate the laser, even non-MBBS will do. But what energy parameters on the laser are required, that has to be told by a dermatologist ethically, though everything is happening in every corner of country. So the point is valid of the gentleman that MBBS is entitled to do, but in case something goes wrong, then he is liable to get sued in court of law.
अखिलेश जी, एक मैं क्वेश्चन और लूंगी. दिस इज फ्रॉम डॉक्टर आर्यन एंड ये क्वेश्चन मेरा भी था बिकॉज हम प्रोफाइल की बात करें, व्हाट काइंड ऑफ प्रोफाइल ऑफ पीपल कैन कम इन. सो ही सेज दैट आपने डॉक्टर दे लुकिंग एट समबडी हु कैन when the presentation was going, doctor said only dermatologists should be hired, but also you mentioned that other specialty is also welcome to become partners. So he wants a little bit elaboration on that.
If suppose there is a doctor, maybe MBBS, neurosurgeon, cardiac surgeon, gynecologist, anyone, they want these facilities in their clinic. Okay, they want to expand their the facilities which they are providing to the patient. So they can become our partners. They can put a board of Outbloom clinics at their clinics, but they will have to make sure that they will hire a dermatologist or equally qualified person. See, they are diploma in dermatology also. They are MD in dermatology also. Both are equally capable. So they have to hire the person. We will train them and they will operate. They will work in their premises, work for them. A gynecologist definitely cannot do skin treatments. Similarly, if a business person wants to invest in this business, he cannot see patients, he cannot do laser treatments. So he needs to hire a dermatologist at his facility whom we will train and advise, and they will work accordingly. So that's what I mentioned.
Sure. And Dr. Akhilesh, if somebody does not come from this background, would we welcome such partnerships was one of the questions. And especially in hiring of doctors, dermas, is there any support which you would be able to offer to these partners?
The background is not a matter. Anybody who wants to partner with Outbloom Clinics will partner. But we are strictly into this that the treatment should be ethical. We don't want something going wrong at some place and Outbloom Clinics gets a bad name. It takes a lot of time to build a goodwill. इसलिए कोई पार्टनर को भी बन सकता है, बट वो ऑपरेट तरीके से, मतलब जो सिस्टम है उस तरह से काम हो, तो कोई भी हो, बिजनेसमैन हो, कोई भी हो, मतलब who wants to get associated with can associate. As far as hiring of doctors, we will definitely help them. We have contacts with a lot of placement agencies. Presently, I also have 4 other dermatologists with me. So 5 dermatologists work at our center. So किसको hire करना है? We can take interviews. We can negotiate with them. We can explain them. We can train them. So इसमें हम definitely help करना ही है हमें. एक चीज जरूर है कि अगर कोई चाहता है कि मतलब डर्मेटोलॉजिस्ट ना हो वहां पे, तो वो भले ही वो चला लेंगे, मगर वो उसको उस तरह से नहीं चला सकते जैसे डर्मेटोलॉजिस्ट के साथ चला सकते हैं.
Right. Wonderful conversation, Dr. Aklish. Anything, Saras, that you want to add and take up, and then before we close, if you can, Saras, take up the priority markets we want our partners in. And Dr. Saab, कोई visit करना चाहता है, तो we'll also request all our prospective partners or investors, I would say, have come on the call. Friends, if you want to do even a tour and align maybe a physical meeting of with the doctor, do let us know at Franchise India. Our teams will facilitate any meetings, virtual tours which are required to be done. So, Saras, over to you. If you can just pick up important cities that we want our presence in. And I see a question also on the FOCO, if you want to take that up.
Sure, thank you, ma'am. Dr. Saab, again, 2 questions, especially coming on the marketing part. So one, what are our focus areas for expansion? So are we divided to phase parts, or how do we expand?
I would be preferring the major cities of India, not like if I can say Indore or Mumbai, Delhi, Gurgaon, Bangalore, all the major cities of India, we are open to it.
So all the metropolitan cities is what you're looking for.
Yes,
and,
yes. Primarily.
And however, if we have some investigations or some requirements or some queries coming from other parts, that are also welcome, and we can, of course, look at location.
They are most welcome. In that case, we'll definitely help them to customize the setup, because every city is not the same formula is not applicable to every city. So we'll help them to optimize the initial investment to get better returns.
Monica is asking, do we have a FOCO model, or are we just doing FOCO, franchise operated?
FOFO.
Yeah. So we currently are offering FOCO model, which is franchise operated. However, if any investor has a very strategic location, prime location, where you would also want to, create your presence, would you be open for it?
We can definitely consider that.
Perfect. So, Monica, that really answers the question. So, of course, we are not saying no to anything, but business picking up is a complete process, as we said. And Dr. Abhishek Akhilesh can absolutely take on that part. I see one more question coming up. I have an interesting derma setup. I just want to add hair transplant. Beautiful. So, Dr. Akhilesh, we see a lot of interest being built up. So, we talked about conversion model. So, I don't see the name, but we already have a setup for derma. And can we just add hair transplant to that business? Only a small portion?
Yes, definitely. We are already doing that in 2 cities of Rajasthan. One is Alwar and one is Kota, where my team and my assistant doctor goes and operates. So we are definitely, and in that case, the initial investment becomes very, very less. And that is the fastest ROI generating field. So if already someone has a pre-existing dermatology clinic or other clinic, so we can definitely go there. Our team will go there. We will operate. And the entire responsibility of the result will be owned by us.
So, friends, very excellent opportunity because if you already have a derma thing already set up for your place, that means you already have the clientele coming for you. The setup is already done. The operations are already set up. So just adding one more services to your kitty can absolutely be a great advantage to the business.
And
One last
I would
question.
also like to add one thing in that if they add hair transplant, that also increases their revenue in another way because the same patient will need further PRP treatments and other medical treatment for which they will continuously visit the same doctor. So not only hair transplant, the other revenues also increase. And these are the same clients who opt for cosmetic procedures also. So you can do cross-selling also.
Absolutely. So friends, I'm keep posting in my numbers, our numbers, the hotline numbers on the chat box where you can always reach us. So I see a lot of interest in already coming up. Uh, Ms. Deepti is again asking, is there a minimum guarantee given by Dr. Jain to the investor? Ms. Deepti, completely depends on the model. So if it's a FOFO model, ideally it would not, but it's a FOCO model. Uh, it depends on kind of operations you can involve. You can take it one-on-one, Ms. Deepti, where we can talk about that. Last question I really want to put up was marketing because this kind of a clinic and a business would really require a lot of marketing. So, Dr. Aklish, how would you give marketing support? What marketing support would you give to get things?
Presently, see, once there is a good name of the clinic of the doctor, then actually you don't need any marketing. Absolutely zero expenses of marketing. But initially, definitely you do require marketing. And in present scenario, if you talk for hair transplant, YouTube is a must. If you talk for aesthetic dermatology, Instagram as Facebook is a must. So Google AdWords, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. We have to distribute our budget amongst them. So the best way is to market on Google AdWords, get more leads, call them, convert them, ask them to visit clinic, and then do the needful. Like my YouTube channel has more than 36,000 followers, and majority patients who come for hair transplant are through my YouTube channel. So the franchisee can, if somebody wants hair transplant, they can simply say, okay, visit that channel, go through the videos. If you find it nice, come back. We'll operate you with the same team at our center. So
Dr. Akhilesh,
marketing
uh,
is mainly digital, and budget, and mainly the budget depends on the franchisee. But I would suggest at least 50,000 a month, 35 to 50,000 a month you need to spend initially.
so Dr.
That's why I
Akhilesh,
added yeah.
sorry, this just invites one more question, which is like you said you already have a presence on YouTube and website. So any lead coming in for that particular region, would you pass it on to the franchisee outfit or would you keep it to yourself?
Yes, definitely. Any lead, be it dermatology, aesthetic dermatology, hair transplant, anything. If it comes
Hmm.
from that area, it will be diverted to the same region. That would be a win-win situation for both, for the patient also, for us also.
I think we are done, and it's a wonderful session. We really saw a lot of questions pouring up, and friends, of course, keep writing to us. We'll be more than happy to take over more questions. And just to announce the numbers, the hotline numbers are do your own business specialists are eagerly waiting for your calls. We can be reached at 97176 83838. We can be reached at 97176 83838. And you can even write us an email to us at feedback@franchiseindia.in. Feedback@franchiseindia.in. With that, Dr. Akhilesh, any last minute
Let's take
note?
one question. Saras, I don't know if we have taken this. Dr. Saab, one of our investors is asking, अगर कोई services कम लेते हैं, you mentioned they can take a combination of services. Would there be impact on the franchise fees? would we have different fee structure for different services one would want to undertake?
No, Harshika. The franchisee fee would be the same because effort at our end would be the same. Okay, we are giving the same knowledge, but the fees would remain the same. If they want to take less services, more services, doesn't matter. We would be there for our commitment, what we have committed. Fees would remain the same.
Great. So friends, reach out to us. We have shared our hotline number. There's an email ID that has also been put in the chat box. And maybe after the webinar, especially some of you have shown interest to connect and speak. Our teams will reach out to you. We have shared the hotline number. आप उस पे WhatsApp कर सकते हैं. And there's an email ID that you can reach out. We'll take time from Dr. Jain and connect you. Anybody who wants to also visit the center and do a physical meeting, do advise us. We'll also set that up for you. So thank you so much, Dr. Aklish Jain. And I request there's a message that you want to give to everybody who's listening to you both live and on the webinar.
I would like to thank all of you to spare so much time and listen to our story and our brand. And we would definitely look forward to associate with you all and make Outbloom a big brand, the best brand in dermatology in India.
Surely, Dr. Aklish. And over to you, Harshika, for your last minute notes, please.
Thank you so much, Sonia ma'am. Thank you so much, Saras sir and Dr. Aklish Jain for this wonderful presentation discussion about the brand Outbloom Clinics. Friends, as you can reach us on our hotline number 9717683838. You can also write us on feedback@franchiseindia.in. Tomorrow, again, we are bringing a great brand, comes from the origin of MP, WWC Dimba. It's all-in-one destination for preventive reversal and management of lifestyle diseases, starting with the investment of 16 lakhs. For registration link shared over the chat box. Or for more details about the brand, you can reach us on our hotline number 9767683838. Thank you everyone for joining the webinar.